Hello, and welcome to part 3. So, I don't really do these with any kind of rhyme or reason. I'm going to start with this greenery, just because it's a rubberized individual long pieces. I kind of like to start with length first. And what I do is where I can, I pull them off of their sticks, if they will. So this is all rubber. It'll be a lot easier to glue, and you can snip this down if you need to. So I'm going to break a few of these off and kind of arrange them, figure out where I want them to be. I'm probably going to use all of them because I really like these. And they also came with these little leaves that I'm going to set to this side. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, but they can be good filler. And we've got several of these little leaf pieces too. Thought I heard them hit the ground. There it is. And then I just kind of start arranging. I have long ones and I have short ones. It's not going to be exactly what it's going to look like, but I like to kind of sort of plan where I want things to be and then tweak them afterwards. And I do like to do things in clusters as well. Okay, kind of like where all of those are falling. I've got a bunch of succulents, and you can see this one's stem is missing, but I still think this is a bit too tall for me to glue. I'm gonna try to cut it shorter. I have scissors and I have these. Most of the time, my wire cutters, which is this little piece here, works better, but we'll see if I can get this to cut it all or not. It'll be easier if it will, but sometimes they just won't do what you want them to. Okay, got part of it. And again, I'm doing this real time so you can see about how long they take me on average. Not a long time. I have this bigger one here. And again, it has the wire stem that I'm gonna have to cut off pretty short. Okay. Usually I kind of like cluster things. Kind of like that better. And then I have this one. And I may decide not to use all of them, but I like to lay them all out when I have them just to see it. And then go from there. This one's definitely my least favorite, but I like having kind of the little spriggies. Cluster them. I like to kind of cluster things in one spot or another. And then smaller things like this, I kind of spread throughout. Just that way your focus is more like here. And this I'll probably cut into individuals that I can poke in here and there and everywhere, instead of putting it in one big cluster like this. And who knows, I may even cut them into individual ones. Like I said, it's just kind of a see how you're feeling as you go. And it's as customizable to you as you want it to be. You can do whatever you want. Make it as busy as you want, make it as thin as you want. I also have this one, which I kind of like these as just individuals because they're very large and they're clearly different. They're like a fuzzy. I got these in a bag from, I think from Goodwill, just a greenery bag, and I really like them. And they are little individual stems. So that helps some with picking them apart. I just have to be really careful of the flocking that's on them. And again, this is not exactly what it's going to end up looking like because I do use the glue and stand things straight up and lean them in different directions and things like that I kind of can't do just laying them down to get an idea of where I want things to be. But this is pretty much the process. This is how it works. It's just a whole lot of this and shift things around until you like them and that fun stuff. I also have these. I like a large variation of greenery, if you couldn't tell. These are a brighter green, but they almost look like little grass tufts. And I like just how spriggy and pokey they look. I don't know. I mean, they're not real plants, so they're never going to compare to a real plant, but for fake greenery, I think they look pretty good. And I like to have some pieces hanging down over the frame, like they're just growing wild and crazy and doing what they want to. And I will tweak and perfect, and then I will hot glue each of these individually, and then I'll come back and show you the finished product in part 4.